Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we're going to go back to the basics and talk about Tesla financing, or more importantly, how should you finance your vehicle, and really why Tesla financing, you should not be using Tesla financing if you can help it. But of course, there are situations where you could want to use Tesla financing, but there are better alternative routes, better routes, even if you want to go all the way up to 84 months financing, which might not be recommended as well. But we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there. So definitely check out Patreon link down below into the description. So this video is actually sponsored by Tenet. If you're a follower of the channel, you know that Tenet is the best place to get the lowest monthly payment on your Tesla or really any electric vehicle, because they allow you to defer a portion of the loan, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit all the way to the end. So that gets you the lowest monthly payment. But really, there's so many different options that you can do for financing your Tesla. Tenet actually has this great resource, great portion of their website where you can actually take a look at and really walk through all the different actual routes that you can do. Of course, there's dealership loans, there's Tesla financing, which we'll talk about why, of course, well, it's kind of obvious why you shouldn't use that Tesla financing. There's traditional auto loans, lease agreements, which you know my stance on leasing, not necessarily the best for leasing because you can't buy the car at the end. You're pretty much locked in and you have to return the Model 3 or Model Y back to Tesla. So it's really essentially a rental agreement. And of course, the best alternatives are going to be credit unions and also Tenet if you're looking for that lowest monthly payment. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. But we've got plenty of recommendations. But taking a look at Tesla, if we go to the Tesla page, we can see their current rates for financing. And these rates have been going up and up and up. Right now for 72 months or even less, down to 60 months, even we're at 72 months, you're at 6.19%. And this just went up pretty recently. It was at 5.89% not that long ago. If you're looking for an 84-month term, then you can see you're at 6.91%. Of course, Tenet actually matches the rate for that. So if you're looking for the lowest monthly payment, then I would say go with Tenet instead of Tesla financing. But yeah, speed is a thing. Credit unions, even though they are the lowest possible rate that you can get, it does take a little bit of legwork to go through these processes. So Navy Federal Credit Union is a good one. A lot of people have this because they're part of the military or have family that's part of the military, or even household members. And you can see right here on the page, they beat Tesla financing by almost a whole, or actually more than a whole 1%. 61 to 72 months is 5.04%, which is pretty much worth it. I mean, saving 1.1915% over a course of a $50,000 to $60,000 loan, that's going to be a good amount of savings. And of course, we could even do the calculations ourselves with that, but saving a whole 1% will make a lot of sense. And that's where going with Navy Federal or even other credit unions, which I'll show you a second one in a second, can make a lot of sense. But there is some legwork. It's not as easy as just signing up and do it, just going out, because Tesla financing is going to be your easiest process, especially if you're a first-time vehicle buyer. If you don't have any auto loan history, then you're kind of locked in to doing Tesla financing. But if you're going to be using a credit union like Navy Federal or even a different one, there is a process in which you have to do to take delivery of the vehicle. You have to let Tesla know you're using outside financing. And of course, you have to let Navy Federal know that you're using and buying a Tesla. You have to get paperwork like a buyer's order back and forth. And it usually takes 1 to 2 weeks to get the paperwork done. Sometimes credit unions can be as quick as a week, but if you're looking on a time lock, if you're looking to take delivery in these next few days because the discounts are the best right now and you need the good financing, then it will be a little bit tough. Here's another one, Labor Credit Union. We've talked about Labor before in the past, and even our current Tesla is financed through Labor Credit Union. And you can see some of the rates. You can hit click check rates, and they've also got pretty decent rates depending on what term you're looking for. 66 to 88 months is 5.99%, and labor is really nice because you can go even longer. Not necessarily recommended, but 89 to 96 months at 6.49%. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. You know, yes, Tesla financing can be good, but definitely not recommended if you're looking and hunting for the lowest possible rate out there. And also don't forget, you can also do some refinancing as well, but you have to really make sure your credit is good, your income is good, and you've got a good auto loan history to take care of that. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. Of course, if you're looking to save even more money, definitely check out our Tesla referral code down below in the description, where you can save anywhere from $500 to $1,000 off a Model 3, Model Y, S, or even X. So definitely check it out. Tesla referral code down below in the description. But we're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, some even as low as 2.99 to sub 4%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right, water break. Thanks for coming in, Daniel. Thanks for coming in, Juan. Great to see you, Juan. Thank you all for coming in. Thanks for hitting the comments. Thanks for hitting the like button. Really goes a long way. That like button actually does some good. So if you don't mind, definitely hit that like button really quickly. Mikey, thanks for coming in so that we can support. And thank you all for jumping in. We've got a couple quick topics. In this next topic, we've got some new spottings of this Model 3 Highland, so let us take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So Tesla Chan posted this earlier, local China news, because we know this vehicle is coming out in China first. At this point, it is definitely not coming out in the US first, unless they do some sort of a Hail Mary, because we've got Cybertruck hype, we've got Model 3 Highland hype, so maybe they're looking for a powwow at the same time. But new Model 3 Highland trial test production is over. So does this mean they're going to be going into full production? I mean, people have floated around a September 9th, a September 15th, and maybe even a September 30th. And that is really not that long from now. So maybe this is coming out very soon. Here's another spotting of this Model 3 Highland. I think this is a Photoshop though, because this just looks really off to me. Quote, and another one today, peaking Tesla Model 3 Highland charging. Rims look so strange, but you can see here, that looks off, right? Does that look off to you all? I mean, A, that doesn't look like a nice rim at all. And B, I also kind of think it is Photoshop. This person, Lewis, said this is not a Tesla, but I guess we will really see at the end of the day. Here's some more posts from Lemian Design. In case you missed it, we've highlighted Lemian many times in the past week, so shout out to Lemian. We've got many renders here of the rear, the front, the sides, and people inside have quoted us and said that this is going to be as close to the real thing, if not any sort of difference. But we've got another post from Dominic, aka Mr. Highland 420 on X. Okay, let's break this down. Many sources have hinted as September as a release date for Model 3 Highland. Currently, Tesla is doing a lot of testing in Europe, all these different spottings like this one, which I haven't seen this camel on the side in other places, but I guess they do it in Europe. I kind of like this design. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And then of course we got the new headlights and much better looking rims than the other one. For the first time ever, they will be an exhibitor at the IAA Mobility starting September 5th. So is this going to be the newest date that is going to be floated out for a Highland release? I mean, September 5th is not that far from now. What, 6 days, give or take from now? I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see when this actually is going to be coming out. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link to support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. But yeah, thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Let's see what you got. Daniel, Tesla claims third-party financing is too slow to get discounted vehicles. Is that true? So Half true. Usually at this point, by the end of this month, Tesla wants you to take delivery ASAP. So they are not going to want you to wait a week or two for outside financing. So that is why they're telling you that. So just be aware of that. You might lose that deal. So I would say at that point, if you got good credit, good income, and good auto loan history, just use Tesla financing and then try and refinance at a later point. But yeah, if you're looking to try and get these best deals at the end of the month, then they're going to want you to take delivery ASAP. But you can see right here, $5,000 off a Model Y all-wheel drive in Texas, $5,000 off a Model Y red one in Brandon, Mississippi. Is that how you call it? So the deals are there. Juan, thanks for coming in. Mikey, thanks for coming in. Paul, there's your like. No, thank you for hitting the like button, Paul, and also the comment like. Aaron, sport wheels. Yeah, that would be interesting if this is the new sport wheels. I like these. I certainly like these. I don't like these. Maybe these are like the luxury ones, and these are going to be the all blacked out sport ones. That would be nice if that is actually the case. In this next topic, this EV truck just has been released with the specs, and now it has 410 miles. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Sawyer. The Rivian dual motor all-wheel drive and performance dual motor R1T have received their official EPA ratings. Range when paired with the 21-inch rims, dual motor with MAGBAK. 410 miles. Dual motor with large package, 352 miles. Both of these specs are impressive, that is to say, because we don't have any just details of this Cybertruck. I mean, it could be 350, it could be 400. My best guess is going to be somewhere in between that, but Rivian is pulling on the heat and making sure that the Cybertruck needs to have a lot more mileage, because I was taking a look at the Ford F-150 Lightning, and correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, on the website, it does kind of say 320 miles of range max, so I mean, the competition is coming on strong with definitely more range. But of course, the Ford F-150 Lightning could be $10,000 to $20,000 cheaper than the Rivian, because I think right now the cheapest Rivian that you can buy brand new is $78,000 or $79,000 with no options at all, completely based. But shout out to Rivian updates. 410 miles would make the Rivian Maximum Pack one of the highest mile ranges, vehicle ranges on the road, and definitely, it's definitely nice to have 400 mile range. Of course, the Model X has 350 miles of range that we currently have, but I've had also a Model S that had 400 miles of range, and that was definitely a very nice vehicle. But if you're interested in the model Cybertruck, I mean, this is the website to keep an eye on, which is fueleconomy.gov. It gives you all the stats of all the different tax credits, but there also is another website where we can track all the different fuel economy EPA websites, where that's where we can see whether the new Tesla Cybertruck could be coming out with all the different stats from that. So if you want to be one of those people that are looking and stalking to see if it actually comes out, this is where the information will probably get posted first before the vehicle gets out. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is Patreon link, or support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Asthmatic Dragon, I joined perfect timing. I was getting ready to order Model 3 right now. Should I wait for the details of the Highland to come out? Also, what are the major negatives to buying a used Tesla? We'll start with used Tesla first. I would say make sure you have a warranty. That would be the big negative. And really, there's no other negative from that. I would say try and get a vehicle that's only 1 to 2 years old and then drive it all the way till the end of the warranty, or even maybe get an extended warranty. In terms of Model 3, should you wait and get a new one now? It depends. Do you need a vehicle right now? If you need a vehicle right now, then try and get a Model 3 with a $4,000 to $5,000 discount plus the referral code of another $500 to $1,000 off, like the one down below in the description. Because if you can get a vehicle with a $4,000 to $5,000 discount, I would say that would be a nice trigger point or striking range to actually take delivery. But if you don't need a vehicle now, then that is a completely different story. And I would say just wait it out, because the Highland, it seems to be coming out very soon. It seems to be coming out with a September release with all these different leaks, with all these different spy shots and renders. I would say you might as well just wait out, because you don't want to have that FOMO, or you don't want to have that feeling where you just bought the last iPhone when that new latest iPhone event is on September 15th. So you might as well just wait. John Wick, thanks for coming in. What's the odds I get my Tesla on the first day of the estimated delivery date, which is September 1st through 10th? Depends on where you're at. Are you near one of the factories? Then potentially it could be September 1st, but most likely it's going to be September 5th. But this is funny because we used to talk about estimated delivery dates and all the different timings with all that, and those dates would get pushed out a lot. But that's kind of a thing of the past because now Tesla has plenty of inventory, 275 Model 3 and plenty of Model Ys, 533. So most likely you might be able to get it. You might even be able to get it. Well, no, probably not by the end of this month, but take a look at the calendar. Most likely it's going to be next Monday, I would say, give or take, because you're in Philly. So it's going to take a little bit of time to transport that vehicle all the way. And so that's why they have a big date range like that, because if there's any sort of transportation logistics, then that could be the issue there. In this next topic, Colorado has a $6,000 electric vehicle incentive if you trade in your gas guzzlers. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. This is massive. I mean, there's a $6,000 gas guzzler trade-in incentive. I think there's another $5,000 one. Maybe we can take a look at it in just a second. There's a $500 referral code credit, just like the one you can get down below in the description. And on top of that, there is the $7,500 federal tax credit on Model 3s and Model Ys as well. So in Colorado, it seems like you better take delivery of a Tesla vehicle, because it seems like you can essentially drive for a couple of years even and not pay a single cent. Because if you finance this vehicle, if you use financing partners like Tenet to get the lowest monthly payment, check it out, Tenet down below in the description. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring. Then really there's plenty of ways to essentially almost drive for free. I mean, I don't want to give you guarantees, but if you get all these different incentives, I don't even want to count it out. It sounds like $20,000 off in Colorado. Then you could really get a great deal on a Tesla. So definitely check it out. Shout out to Colorado for posting incentive rebates. It says eligible residents can get a $6,000 rebate toward the purchase of a new EV, or $4,000 towards a used one. The rebate can be used on top of other state and federal tax credits, including the $7,500 Inflation Reduction Act credit, enabling over $13,500 in saving in those two incentives alone. But definitely some crazy stuff. It seems like you might have to purchase, of course, a new vehicle or a new EV. And yeah, maybe take a look at it. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Really cool stuff. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. If you're looking for some support, if you want to ask some questions on how to get the best deal or the best financing rate, you can do that at my Patreon group down below in the description. After you join, you can send me a message or even schedule a phone call with me where we can go over your exact situation to how to get the best deal and the best financing. And after you join, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, some even as low as 2.99 to sub 4%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Juan Wick, thanks. No, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hitting the comments, and thank you for hitting that like button as well. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for all the support. Definitely check out our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description if you want to save some money on Tesla accessories. We got 3D Mats USA for a premium floor mat for your Tesla. We got Vion. We got Jawa for the best Tesla interior accessories. And we also got MAGBAK. Paul, if you know, how long does it take Tenet and Tesla financing to make decisions? It would be nice to get one in September for those end of quarter deals. Tenet's pretty quick, actually. They have quick turnaround, and also Tesla is going to be the absolute quickest. So definitely check it out. Thanks for supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.